Hello, this is Kathy Henry.
And I'm Marissa Smith with Prudential California Realty in Santa Barbara, California. If you are struggling with your mortgage payments, this webinar was created for you. We are here to let you know that you have options. Don't panic or give up. We can help you find a solution and get back on your feet. Welcome to Options for the Distressed Homeowner.
So here's a brief overview of the topics we're going to discuss. We're going to start off by talking about the options that are available to you as a homeowner in distress. And then we'll mention some tips on the things not to do or that you should do as you're trying to resolve your situation.
We'll briefly mention the federal programs provided to you through the Financial Stability Plan, such as MakingHomeAffordable.gov, HARP, HAMP, and HAFA, and we'll tell you where you can get more information on these programs. We are going to talk about the short sale option and how you may benefit from it. We'll review foreclosures and the consequences of foreclosures.
And also about getting some professional advice. We highly recommend that you get the advice of tax and legal counsel, along with the advice of a real estate professional who specializes in foreclosure alternatives, as we do. So let's look at what you can do to resolve your situation when you're struggling with those mortgage payments. You have three general choices. You may want to try to stay in your property. You may want to sell and move on, or you may have to walk away. You should only consider walking away after you've explored all other options. There are serious consequences to foreclosure, and it's not a decision that should be taken lightly. Just because your neighbor did it doesn't mean you should too. It may not be your wisest choice.
Now going back to the other two options, if you would like to keep your property, now is better than ever to try. Fortunately, because of the economic climate, the lenders are more flexible in considering ways to work with their borrowers. If you realistically believe that your hardship is only temporary and that with a little help you can become and stay current, it's worth putting some effort into this option.
You can start by evaluating your financial situation, your loan, and your monthly budget. There's a free budgeting worksheet available through SBForeclosureHelp.com, or you can call us at 805-699-5792. Again, 805-699-5792.
When you figure out how much you can afford, call your lender, ask them about the possibilities of a refinance, a lender workout such as a forbearance, or a loan modification.
You might also qualify for the federal HARP or HAMP programs, which are meant to incentivize lenders into giving you a refinance or a loan modification.
Now, if you realize you won't be able to continue making the mortgage payments, you may want to sell. Today, nearly 1/3 of all sales are short sales, and this option might give you some relief.
The effects of a short sale or a loan modification might be more positive than a foreclosure, so it's worth considering.
After exploring all options, you might come to the conclusion that walking away or foreclosure is your only option. But you should discuss this and all other options with legal and tax counsel, along with a real estate professional who specializes in this area, to be sure that you're making the wisest choice. Also, it is important that the real estate professional you speak with is knowledgeable in foreclosure alternatives so that you get the proper guidance in choosing your best option.
If you do not know which tax or legal counsel to call, you can contact us again by calling 805-699-5792 or emailing the email address at the bottom of the screen, contact@sbforeclosurehelp.com, so we can get you to the appropriate experts. So as you're considering your options and hopefully thinking about how you can resolve your situation, we just thought we'd mention a few do's and don'ts. Just a reminder not to panic. Panic-driven decision is not a well-thought-out decision. A decision such as foreclosing without exploring all options might lead to an undesirable and unexpected consequence. Unless the actual foreclosure sale is less than 45 days away, you still have time to explore your options, and even if you have less than 45 days, you may still have time. Don't stick your head in the sand. Many people believe that they're helpless and they just let the foreclosure run its course without consulting with the lender and the real estate professional. These people can give you timely, relevant advice, and a short sale or loan modification may minimize the impact on your credit scores. So if possible, you don't want that foreclosure on your record. Keep your necessary accounts current. When you're deciding what to pay, make sure you look at all the terms of your accounts. If you need that credit card to get by, don't jeopardize it. A short sale or a loan mod may just be one phase of a larger plan to get through this difficult period, and you want to be able to recover as quickly as possible. Keep your HOA dues current. Many lenders on a short sale aren't willing to pay for past due HOA fees, so don't let this keep you from avoiding foreclosure. Don't deed your property to anyone without written confirmation from your lender that your loan has been paid off. There's a lot of scammers out there, so just because you no longer own that property doesn't mean that you're not responsible for the loan. If you still want to do this, please talk to your attorney. And don't pay in advance to modify your loan. It's illegal in California to ask for an advance for a loan modification. So we mentioned some programs, HARP, HAMP, and HAFA, earlier in the presentation. What are they?
These are all programs offered by the federal government through the newly created Financial Stability Plan.
You can find information on it at the website makinghomeaffordable.gov.
HARP is essentially a refinance program that's available to eligible homeowners that have a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan. HAMP is a loan modification program that provides incentives to lenders to cooperate in giving borrowers loan modifications, and HAFA gives some guidelines to lenders on completing the short sale.
There's also free HUD-approved counseling available through makinghomeaffordable.gov. If you go to the website, you can be connected to a counselor anywhere in the country.
However, if you'd like a local HUD-approved counselor, you can call us at 805-699-5792 or email us at the email address shown at the bottom of the screen. That is contact@SBForeclosureHelp.com. So let's review foreclosure, since it is the very event we are hoping to avoid. Foreclosure is a process through which a property gets repossessed by a lender when the borrower has defaulted on his or her loan.
It's a process that no one really wants to go through, including the lenders. We'll discuss the reasons why you may want to avoid it.
You may know people who have already had their house foreclosed upon. In retrospect, it might not have been their best option. You should avoid foreclosure if at all possible because it has negative consequences on your credit score, your ability to get another mortgage or loan, and possibly your ability to find a job.
Lenders look pretty hard on someone who has a foreclosure on their record, and generally, you'll have to wait a longer time period in order to get a new home loan, assuming you keep your accounts current. And employers have access to this information and may consider it when they're looking at the pool of candidates. And banks would rather not foreclose either because it's bad for their books and costly for them.
There are times when foreclosure is the only option for a homeowner. So if you feel that this is your only option, you may want to double check this with a professional to be sure that it is.
Now, a short sale is not a typical real estate transaction, and there are many complex factors in deciding which option is best for you. So we highly recommend that you seek the advice of tax and legal counsel, and also the advice of a real estate professional who specializes in this area.
We have the experience and knowledge to help you postpone or stop the foreclosure, review your situation so you can figure out which option is best for you, explain the federal programs and how they are working, and work with the lender or loss mitigation to either help you come up with a plan or get your property sold and your short sale approved.
It's also important to evaluate your loan situation so that you can try to avoid any deficiency judgments from haunting you in the future. This is another good reason to hire a real estate professional who specializes in this area, such as Marissa and I.
So that wraps it up for this webinar. If you have any questions about any of the topics, please feel free to give us a call at 805-699-5792 or send an email to contact@SBForeclosureHelp.com or visit SBForeclosureHelp.com. Thank you, and we look forward to being of help again soon.